Hello and welcome to the weekly wind-up with me, Helen Ashcroft. Today we are visiting the preparations for Marsden Imbolc ahead of the event on February the 6th. Our reporter Kyle Warwick went behind the scenes to take a look.
Well, my name's Angela and I'm the main event organiser for Imbolc. Well, Imbolc or Imbolc as some people pronounce it, comes from the old Celtic calendar where the year was split up into different parts of the solstice and the equinoxes, and then there were festivals in between. And this is the old festival that acknowledges the very first stirrings of spring. So when the earth starts to wake up and sheep are in lamb and all that kind of thing. So it's a celebration of that, the new beginning. This festival that started about 25 years ago, I felt that if you're going to sustain something like that you need to have it based in the community. So I've always been the one that did all the community workshops and got people to come down, make lanterns, do fire stuff. And we also do workshops in both the schools in Marsden. We work with every child in the infant school and we work with the Year 5 children in the junior school. So it's very much rooted in the community and lots of community stuff goes on. The reason I love it is because it brings lots of different communities within our community together to form a group on that night. So we have lots of local people come. We have lots of people who are interested in pagan traditions or who are pagans who come to it. And then we have people who are interested in folklore who will travel quite long ways. We've got people coming from London and Hastings, we've got people from York. We had someone who came over from America once to see it. And so you get a real mixture, you get different religions, different parts of the community. I go into the local pub to get volunteers to come down to steward, but we also work with the church and the schools. So it's a real mixture of geographically and different groups in the community, which for me is what it's all about, really. I love the idea of breaking down barriers between people, because quite often people will look at somebody and decide what they're like just from what they look like. And I like people to work together so that they can actually find out, you get talking to people you might not talk to and find out that actually we're all pretty much the same underneath. But it also has a financial impact on the village, I think, because it brings people in, both for the workshops. You only have to look at the workshop today, and some of these people are from Marsden, but some have travelled further afield. And then on the day as well, it brings a lot of people in. All the bed and breakfast places are full, all the pubs are bulging. You know, all the businesses will have a good result from what it does. But I think for me, it's the personal thing that's more important. You know, it's the fact that all these different people are working together. So, and I think that has an impact on the community. It has an impact sort of within Marsden because people work together. And I know friendships that have come out of, you know, the workshops when people have come. But also I think it shows Marsden in a good light to people outside, you know, that come in to see what's going on here. And I think Marsden is quite a unique community, really, that we do have these things going on here. And I think that's a positive thing.
Hi, my name is Paddy Clarkson and I'm one of the helpers for the Imbolc Fire Festival. We get money from donations from the local people, things like this festival, and it's all donation where we don't charge for anything. None of the people here get paid anything, we're all volunteers. On the night everybody's a volunteer. Ange gets most of the money from grants that she applies for, and the last festival that we had and this festival we set up a GoFundMe site and we got £1,000 just last year, and at the moment we're around about the £500 mark.
What tends to happen is I aim to get a lot of stewards. I mean, I aim to get 100 stewards, and we have stewards who have particular jobs, but then we have a lot of stewards that I call the walking stewards, who are just sensible people that walk with the procession. But what quite often happens is a steward will come and steward for us one year, and then they'll see that we've got fire workshops going on, so the next year they'll go and do fire, or they'll do something else, so we lose them as stewards. But you get this constant flow of people coming through, which I think is really good. Drumming, that's another thing we have, and bands that we have. So people will get involved in it, and they'll find that they get more involved. And I just hope that goes on, really. I feel it has a lasting effect on people, not just for the night, but the people that get involved in it. Quite often it changes things in their lives, and they become involved in other similar things, or they learn new skills which they can learn in other places. We've had people who've come to drumming workshops when we've had them in the past that are still drumming 10 years later. We've had people that came to the fire skills workshop who now dance with a fire dancing group. So it has an impact on people's lives.
The procession is a very community feel. Everybody's talking to each other, there's no hardships, all the problems are lost in the fire. We get to process, there's bands in there, drummers, brilliant drummer sound. The walk down, the snow was the best one for me, that was my preference. Twice it snowed on the night, it's been brilliant. And then down to Tunnel End, where there's a fire show on the banking, and then the duel between the Green Man and Jack Frost. And we all know who the winner is. I'm
really proud, that some people have found their creativity here, and it has changed their lives in a little way. And I don't think anybody can change. We can't change the world, but everybody can have a little bit of impact on where they live. And maybe if everybody did that, that change would go outwards, and it might create change.
Well, that's all from me, Helen Ashcroft, this week. Remember, if you would like to contact us about any of our news stories or items, you can do. We're on Twitter, @TheWeeklyWindup, and also on Facebook. And remember, you can also email us at info@kirkleeslocaltv.com. Thank you ever so much for watching. Goodbye.
However large or small your business, attracting new customers requires dedication and a lot of patience. Just like but you also need the right gear. Rods,
reels, lines, hooks, sinkers, lures, tackle box, tackle bag, net, bait, gas gloves, clothes, pocket knife, lunch.
Or you could simply advertise with KLTV. Online, grow your business and your clientele. KLTV, your vision made reality. Should have gone to KLTV.